Hey guys, so on Sunday on my Instagram, I put up a post and asked y'all to leave me your questions for my first Q&A. And so I got several questions and I want to answer them now. I want to thank you for asking so that I had something to answer. And hopefully my answers are thorough enough and help you out. So I'm going to start with an easy one. Lovin 1968 asked, for shoulder press, which dumbbells do you use? So obviously this answer is going to depend on your current strength, what you're trying to accomplish. For me right now, my delts are a muscle group that I'm really trying to build up. I have a very athletic, very straight body, and having some bigger delts and shoulders, and also working on my butt, my glutes and stuff, is gonna give me more of a hourglass shape per se, at least the illusion of it when I'm lean. And so that's one of the reasons that I'm trying to build them. So I just started shoulder pressing with 25-pound dumbbells and I'm doing 3 sets in the 8 to 10 range to build strength and increase their size. So during my cutting phase, my 12-week cut, I believe using 20 pounds on each arm. And that was just because when you're restricting your diet, your calories, when you're trying to cut fat, you have less energy and you do lose some strength. So it was a little bit lower, but I'm working on building that up again. So the quick answer, 25-pound dumbbells. Okay, next question. Taylor 16 Ann asked, what was your biggest struggle during the process? Food, workouts, or motivation? Everything's hard during a cut and seems hard, especially at the end. I think my biggest struggle was maintaining intensity during my workouts. I wanted to go work out. I always felt better after I worked out, but sometimes I'd start my workout and then just because of my low energy, not being able to have as much food, or just having really long days because life, I would lose my intensity and feel like it wasn't that great a workout. Progress, seeing progress and stuff, would usually give me a boost and make me really motivated to have an intense workout, but that would maybe last for a workout. So there's a couple things I tried to do, watch other YouTubers before I went and worked out, others who were going through some sort of prep or leaning out for a competition or something, who I think are usually pretty motivating to get me motivated. So I would watch Christian Guzman's really motivating, and I've watched him for a long time. And then also Amanda Bucci and Emily Hayden were prepping for bikini competitions and shows, and I know that they had really restricted calories and low energy, and just seeing them lift while they're experiencing that would motivate me and want me to be really intense when I worked out. So that was probably my biggest struggle though. Carly Fitness asked, opinion on fat burners. If you take CLA or L-Carnatine, how often do you take them? Okay, so those are both different types of supplements, of fat burning supplements. I haven't really talked about much my opinion on supplements in general. Supplements are supplements, meaning they're extra, right? So you you can do everything without taking any supplements. Okay, they're supplementing things that you already get some in your diet, right? Whether it's, you take protein powder, but you can get plenty of protein through the things you eat. And CLA and L-Carnitine are no different, right? So CLA, which stands for conjugated linoleic acid, I think I said that right. All right, is found mostly in dairy products and meats. So if you eat, plenty of meat, and if you're having dairy and stuff, then you probably don't necessarily need to supplement that. Similarly, L-Carnitine is an amino acid. It's found mostly in red meats. There's around, I think, 60 milligrams per serving in red meats, and then it's in much lower quantities in things like chicken and seafood and in some dairy as well. And if you're eating plenty of that, like I said, same with the CLA, you probably don't need to supplement with it. The thing is, when you're cutting or trying to specifically lose fat, you're usually restricting your diet. You probably eat less dairy, less red meat, right? And so that's the time when you would consider taking CLA or L-Carnitine. During my 12 weeks of my Battle of the Bulge, I did take L-Carnitine in a liquid form, basically first thing in the morning. So we'd get up, usually go to the restroom, weigh myself, take L-Carnitine and my multivitamins, and then make breakfast. So other than that, like right now, I'm currently not taking any supplements except drinking BCAAs during my workouts and using protein powder, for post-workout shakes or in my protein waffles. So Luis_Emma75 asked, what is your caloric intake? Been told I need to increase mine if I want to bulk up more. So I have recently just transitioned from being at a caloric deficit into going to, working my way up to maintenance level and slightly beyond that. Currently, I am at around 2,000 calories. It's fluctuated a little bit per day, which is pretty close to my maintenance level. I'm not exactly sure what my maintenance level is exactly right now, but I still plan on slowly increasing beyond that 2,000 calories. So the period that I'm entering now is a lean bulk. I'm trying to put on muscle mass and grow my muscles, and staying relatively lean, right? So you can't just put on muscle. You will put on some fat also, but I'm trying to do it at a pace pretty slowly so that I can minimize the fat that I put on and stay pretty lean. I will probably reach up to 2,500 calories during this. And just for your reference, right, because I don't want you to just hear me say, okay, that's how much she's eating, this is what I need to eat, right? It depends on your body. It depends on, how intense and how often you're working out, what your daily activity is, what your goals are, right? But just for reference, I'm 5'6", just over, and right now I'm currently fluctuating between like 120 and 122 pounds. The lowest that I got down to was about 118. At the end, very, very end, actually a couple days after I ended my, my cut. So just for your reference. But if you have any questions, about what your caloric intake or your macros should be, feel free to email me at Mandy@MandyNicoleFit, and I can help you with that. So, Alicia Crumble asked, how many days do you work out and for how long? So I currently work out 6 to 7 days a week on most weeks. I do take rest days, but not necessarily because I want to, right? But yes, things come up, you can't make it to the gym, you're sick, you have no energy, life gets in the way, right? You can't work out every single day of your life, it's gonna happen. And so I don't panic when that happens. I do like to work out every day. But there's other things you can do just to get in some physical activity, and that usually helps me mentally, in case that happens to me. My workouts usually range from anywhere from like an hour to up to 2 hours, but that depends on a lot of factors, what muscle groups I'm lifting, the time of day, depending on like how crowded the gym is and stuff, and whether I can get to the equipment when I want it, and also whether I'm working out with someone or not. If I am in a time crunch, then I will work out by myself, but I prefer to work out with a friend just because it gives you that extra push of motivation, and then also it just makes going to the gym more fun, right? That you get to like see someone you like and do some socializing and stuff. So typically at least several days a week I will work out with one of my sisters or one of my friends, Jessica or Breeze. Okay, and then the last question comes from Cassie Joyner, and I'm going to read her whole comment in question. Since you have 2 kids and just friended me, I have a question. My newborn is now 16 months old. While my body has changed greatly, I weigh less than I did before her, and I'm in a size smaller. I'm still having a hard time with my hanging belly. Anything in particular you noticed that helped tighten that area? I've thought about a tummy tuck, but I really don't want to go that route. I lift weights 4 to 6 times a week and do cardio maybe 2 times per week. I also track macros. So it sounds like what you're doing is really healthy for you. Lifting weights just in general is going to help tighten, all your muscles and area. Cardio, it depends. Tracking macros, if you're trying to lose weight and stuff, then, that's really helpful. For me, my lower abdomen is also my problem area. During the whole cut and stuff, that and my legs was kind of the last thing to lose any fat. You don't lose fat proportionately over your whole body. You have areas that it like disappears from first, and for me that's usually my arms and my chest, right? They were gone. The fat was gone. And then, the lower you get, right, then it seemed like my body would hold on to it there. So for a really long time, I've struggled with the lower area of my stomach and thinking that I was never going to get that area flat. And that's also where I have my stretch marks from both of my pregnancies. So I got most of them actually during my first pregnancy with my son. And As far as tightening the muscles, right, of course work your abs, and you specifically want to work more of your lower ab muscles if it's in that area for you. So doing things like leg raises, whether you're doing like hanging from a bar and just lifting your legs up so that they're parallel to the floor, or if you can't do that with your legs straight, then pulling your knees up works, or you can do that on a rowing chair, and you can do it laying down also, just with your legs out straight. You're laying flat, and then you're going to lift them up and lift your hips off the floor, and then control it as you go back down. So those are some things to, those are great to target that lower area. I still find though, I still do have some like extra skin in that area from it being stretched out and then losing the weight afterwards. And I still have, some scarring and stuff from the stretch marks. I put vitamin E oil on it, and I've done that also for like scars. I have a couple scars from having surgery, some incisions and stuff. Put vitamin E on it. Vitamin E is really great for the repair process, and just your skin going through the natural process of rebuilding cells and stuff. I feel like that has helped a little bit as far as that. And other than if someday I have surgery or something to get the extra skin removed, I don't think there's really much else that I can do. But I'm pretty happy with now that I have decreased my body fat, and I did lose some fat from the area, just continuing to work my abs, and that's pretty much all I can do. And I think that anyone could do for that, unless they go some other route like you said. But I also don't want to do that either. So I think that's it. I want to thank y'all again for your questions. Hopefully, like I said, my answers were helpful, and that was really fun to do my first Q&A. I plan on doing one, maybe in a month or two, do another one, and yeah. I'm so awkward. I don't like outros. The end.
All right. So we'll do this 3 times.